was sweating so bad. And it's darker now, so it's cooled off a little bit, but it hasn't cooled off nearly that much. It's still very humid and gross outside, especially since it just rained as well. The lights in this parking lot that I'm in just turned on too, so I'm lit better than I ought to be for the time of night that it is. My neck hurts. It's stiff because I've been sitting in cars for most of today. I had to take my mom to a class that she had to take, and I sat in the car waiting for her for like 3 hours because I wasn't allowed inside the building. Only people who were taking the class were allowed inside the building, so I sat in the car and twiddled my thumbs for 3 hours. Walk by and it makes me nervous. I'm like, oh god, they're gonna judge me. They're gonna see me with this big microphone and they're gonna be like, what is she doing? It's almost 9 o'clock now. It's 8:46 and I've been sitting here hanging out for a few hours. I went through a drive-thru and I got some nuggets and ate those. And I've been sitting here really just like reading fan fiction, scrolling through Tumblr, reading books on my Kindle app, just trying to keep busy. I'm sorry if you hear noise from my nose. I'm like a little stuffy because full disclaimer, I did cry a little bit because I'm having a very bad week in terms of mental health. I went into it a little bit in my last video, but it's been rough, and so I did cry a little bit after I filmed that video and ate my nuggets, and I'm gonna be stuffed up for the rest of the night now, just because that's how my sinuses work. I'm sorry if you hear all the noises my car is making and the sound of the AC and stuff. I like turned it down as much as possible, but again, I can't stop it. If I turn my car off fully, I will sweat half to death. So please just bear with me. This channel is a hobby for me. I do it as like a little creative outlet to have fun. I don't have like a solid filming setup like a lot of really nice ASMR artists I follow do. My stuff is more lo-fi, and I don't want to say worse quality because there's plenty of really good lo-fi ASMR artists who just film with their phone. They film with a Blue Yeti, they film with a tiny mic, they film with the mic that comes on the Apple headphones. So like, not having a lot of resources doesn't make your stuff low quality. But like, I don't know, I feel like mine is just from like the nature of the way that I produce it, for lack of a better word. I'm very amateur. Like, I've been watching ASMR for 10 years, but I know very little about actually creating content. I've watched YouTube since I was 8 years old, back in, actually before that, oh my god. I think I started watching when I was 7 or 8, when shoes and muffins and stuff like that were big. But I made my YouTube account, my main one, in 2009, when I was certainly too young to have a YouTube account, but I lied about my age and made one anyway. But I've had it since 2009, and it's 2025. I'm 27 years old now. But yeah, I've been watching YouTube for a very long time. I've been watching ASMR for 10 years, and at many different points over the years, I've tried to make YouTube videos, or I've wanted to be a YouTuber. I've had like inspiration to create videos as like a hobby, or I've been passionate about something and wanted to make a video, but I've always kind of lacked the resources and the skills to do so, because like I didn't have a camera, I didn't have space to film. I have my phone, obviously, and that's enough for some people, but like I don't know how to edit videos, which is why everything I post is pretty much unedited. I don't know how to like mix audio and record things over other things, so like people who do gameplay footage or who take online quizzes or do window shopping, like my Lord and Savior Nisi Pisa, who makes the window shopping videos, or like I think Haley Jean ASMR was playing Kitty Powers, stuff like that. I don't really know how to do. I don't know how to record things and then put my ASMR audio over it. And then I also don't have the setup to do it at the same time, like record myself while also recording the other clips and then mixing the audio and editing it. I don't have that skill set and I don't have the resources for that, so I'm just kind of making do with what I have. Because honestly, I would love to do videos like that. I would love to do videos like, I think many years ago, GB ASMR did a video taking quizzes or something. I don't know if they were BuzzFeed quizzes or other quizzes, but she did a video taking a bunch of quizzes, and I've always wanted to do something like that. Or I've wanted to do something silly like scrolling through my Tumblr tags and like reading out my favorite posts in ASMR or something. Or like just like playing a game. But yeah, I don't really have the skill set and the resources to accomplish that stuff yet. Because I know for some of it you have to have some sort of like dual screen recording, face cam recording set up, and like audio. See, I'm dumb. I don't know any of this stuff. I feel like an old person trying to talk about technology right now. But this is just stuff that I never learned how to do because I never was able to. I never had the freedom to learn. I never had the resources, the money. I didn't know how to torrent things, and I didn't know how to pirate things, and frankly, a lot of my life I used a family computer, and so I wasn't allowed to download things in general, even from like trustworthy, reputable sources. So these are all like skills and things that I missed out on. And I'm 27, I don't know how to edit videos and do all this stuff. But yeah, that's why all my videos are always pretty much unedited. And they're very simple. They're just me and my phone camera and my mic and whatever I can do in front of it. And I know that that's good enough. People have built very good, steady followings on much less or the same. So I know it's enough. It's just how you present it and what you do with the content. And like I said, I'm not trying to be like the next big content creator. I'm not trying to grow a huge following and make this my career or whatever. This is truly just like a little fun hobby for me, a creative outlet. If one person watches my video, that's fine. If somehow I get very lucky and 100 people end up watching my video, that would be great. But I don't come here with expectations, really. This is just kind of something I want to do for fun. The things I do help relax me, sort of. Like when I come on here and I ramble, it's like talking into a journal, like an audio journal. In a way, at least. I don't tell you guys everything. I'm like very transparent about my struggles and whatnot. But I don't even go into half of it. Obviously, because I'm not really here to trauma dump on you. I'm sure I already tell you guys way too much. But I don't know. And then like I do the diamond art kits, and I make videos about those because I like doing those, and I do those and doing whispered rambles while I do those. It feels like I'm sitting with a friend and we're engaging in parallel play or something. Oh, my neck hurts again. Or like, when I show you guys my book collection and what I read on the Kindle, I mentioned her earlier, but Haley Jean ASMR, I love her. I love her videos. I love her book videos. I don't necessarily read a lot of what she reads, so like, I watch all of her book videos, despite the fact that like I don't usually read that stuff. I just like listening to her talk, and I love hearing what she has to say about the books and everything. So she was a big inspiration for me to make my own version of that with the weird little books that I like to read and the stuff I have in my Kindle library, my monster romance books. But yeah, just stuff like that, things I think are fun and things I want to try. Like, that's why I'm here. I'm just here to have a good time. Like, I need things that bring fun and joy into my life, because otherwise I'm gonna go crazy. Ain't that how it is, though? I'm like so tired. I keep seeing people walk by and I get nervous. I'm like, don't look at me. Don't look at the weird girl in her car with the microphone. I know a parking lot hates to see me coming. They're gonna start taping up pictures of me and be like, do not let this girl come park her car here. She will sit here for hours and she will cry and she will eat food and she'll whip out a microphone and start talking. Very interesting things happening this Saturday night. I hope you guys are having a more fun and interesting Saturday night than I am. I wish I had more fun things to do, but I've never really been that kind of person. I have social anxiety very bad, and I won't say I've always had it. I did definitely develop it after getting very badly bullied as a preteen and a teenager, but I've had it for a very long time. And I'm also neurodivergent, so I already have a hard time navigating the world and relationships and social situations. And then you tack on the social anxiety and the residual nonsense for being so severely bullied and exiled from my peers for so long. And, you know, I still don't get treated the best out in social situations because I'm not conventionally attractive and I am fat, and I'm a woman. So, you know, a woman's worth is based on how she looks. If people don't find you attractive and desirable, they kind of treat you subhuman. And that's not everybody. Like, there's plenty of kind, non-shallow people out there, but for every non-shallow person out there, there is another one who is just not very kind and not very open-minded. So I do still semi-often not get treated very well in social situations, especially when I go out with my friends who are like skinny and conventionally attractive and like outgoing and fun. I'm usually othered by the group and completely ignored by people, or just like I said, straight up treated with hostility. And it does suck. And I feel like that's not something you experience or you understand unless you are a woman who is not conventionally attractive or is overweight or whatever. Because I talk about it with my friends sometimes, and none of my friends are like me, and they've never really experienced things the same way that I do. And it kind of makes me like second guess myself a lot of times. I'm like, am I being too dramatic? Is everybody right? Like, it's not that deep. Did this not happen the way I'm thinking? Like, I gaslight myself about it because everyone is just like, oh, it's fine. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Even if it did. Because it's not something that a lot of other people I know have ever had to think about or deal with. And that's frustrating, but, you know, it really isn't something you think about unless it's something that you experience, you know? do on this Saturday night, something more fun and exciting than sitting in my car, talking to my camera, feeling sorry for myself. But I'm just not that kind of person. I'm not outgoing, and I don't enjoy a lot of social situations. I don't like bars, I don't like clubs. Going to the store makes me nervous. And it's sad. I feel like I miss out on so much in life because of the way that I am. And I keep trying to change myself. I'm in therapy trying to work on things, and I try to put myself out there, put myself in these situations, but like, it's not any easier. But I do try to give myself grace because things take time, and I need to build the muscles. I need to work at it. It's not something that'll just happen overnight. But I wish it was, because it's very frustrating. There's a Dunkin' next to me across the street over there, and I really want a coffee. But I'm kind of scared of eating past a certain time because my OCD makes me freak out about eating times and eating certain things and things affecting my stomach and X, Y, and Z and yada yada yada, and it makes me have all these weird rules for myself and things I can and can't do. And but I would like nothing more than a coffee right now. However, I know that if I bought one and I drank it, it would cause me to spiral. Another thing I need to give myself grace with is getting a handle on my OCD. Some days are better than others. Like today, for instance, I went through a drive-thru and I got chicken nuggets. That's a big step because I have a hard time with food that other people have handled and have been prepared externally. Like, I'm very good at eating prepackaged food like chips and granola bars and crackers and things like that, but eating real food that has to be prepared, especially if I'm not the one doing it, if it's at a restaurant or a fast food place, that really freaks me out. And eating it can often send me into a spiral for the next several hours. But I was brave today, and I ate chicken nuggets, so I'm gonna chalk that up as a win and be proud of myself. We have to take the small wins sometimes. It is a very hard battle dealing with OCD, but I need to congratulate myself on the wins, even if they're small. Because there's some days where I can't do that at all. I can't bring myself to eat at all because I'm too scared and it makes me freak out too badly. So, a day that I can eat, and especially get out of my comfort zone and eat something like this, is a day that I need to celebrate. My therapist always tells me that I need to be kinder to myself and give myself more grace, because I am trying, but these things are hard, like I said. I like her a lot. She's very kind. She's making me see her twice a week for the foreseeable future, though, because I've been having such a hard time lately. And it's frustrating, but I do appreciate her, and I appreciate that she cares about me and my well-being and wants to make sure I'm okay, because I have seen providers and therapists in the past that just really DGAF. So I'm happy that she does care and she is worried and wants to make sure I'm okay and that we're tackling these things. I'm tired. It's only 9 o'clock on a Saturday night, and I'm thinking, I'm like, after I end this video, I should just go home and lay in bed and fall asleep. You know, that might be what I do, actually. I want to make more videos, and I want to like read things, and I want to tap on things, and I want to do things, but like I said, I don't have the opportunities to do those things a lot. I don't have the space, and it's frustrating because I feel like I can't build my channel if I can't create content, and I feel like I'm not putting out good enough content or enough content. But see, like, that is such like a grind set mentality too, where it's like, I don't want it to be about how much content I can put out and how good it is, because when you start getting lost in that game, it stops being fun and enjoyable. And I keep saying I'm doing, like, this is a hobby, like, I only do this when I want to, when the mood strikes, when I think it would be fun. So if I get too caught up in that way of thinking, it won't be that anymore. I'll be too busy trying to turn it into something, and then, like, you have to get very lucky to have your channel take off. So if you get caught up in the numbers and you're not doing it for the love of doing it, you're just doing it to try to make something, that could never come and you could be disappointed. But it's like, it's so ingrained in our brains to chase success and chase money and chase all these things, and if you don't have these things, you're doing it wrong and you should give up and yada yada yada. So it's like I keep fighting back, like, that part of my brain that's hardwired to be like, okay, but you need to try harder, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's like, no, like, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing it for fun, it doesn't matter. And it's like, I do believe that. It's not like it's something I'm trying to convince myself of. I do genuinely believe that, but like I said, there's always that little nagging voice that, like, from the part of you that's hardwired to work hard and do X, Y, and Z, that keeps telling you to do this, monetize this, find out a way to make money and be successful. Like, we don't need to monetize all of our hobbies. Some things can just be for us and for fun. If everything becomes a job, you're gonna start to hate it, and then you're gonna have no hobbies left and nothing will bring you enjoyment. How long have I been ranting about nothing? 22 minutes. Genuinely so sorry about how all over the place this video is. I'm literally just sitting here talking about whatever comes to mind. Truly the most random whispered ramble. I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure there's more random ones. I'm sure I'm not the craziest person out here. But anyway, thank you for listening to my madness. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good night. Hope you can get some sleep. Or if you're just listening to this for fun in the middle of the day,